wish you could stand up here and have the view that I have. What an incredible turnout. Thank you all for being here. I am so honored to be with all of my fellow Republicans as we welcome our Republican presidential candidates to the First in the Nation caucus. And I want to thank Chairman Kaufman. Thank you for that nice introduction. It's always dangerous for me to follow him because, as you can tell, I don't know, Jeff gets a little worked up when he's at the microphone, and it doesn't take much for me to get worked up. So he comes up here, he gets everybody wound up, and I'm competitive, so then I think I got to come up here and get everybody a little more wound up. So it's always kind of interesting when the two of us are traveling the state. But seriously, I want to just say thank you for all that you do for the party, for our county parties, for our candidates. Vicki, thank you for letting him travel the state and just really help the party. He is everywhere. And I especially want to thank you for your tireless, fearless defense of our First in the Nation caucus. You have been doing a lot of work, and we really just appreciate that a lot. I also, tonight, we have a lot of legislators with us, and just a heartfelt, huge thank you to our legislators that are here tonight for passing legislation that really prevents the Democrats from holding a primary and going ahead of New Hampshire. Now, my colleague is somewhere out there, Governor Sununu, and this is a collaboration, a partnership that we've held for a long time. We're First in the Nation caucus, they're First in the Nation primary. I hope, Chris, you know that we've gone to great lengths to make sure that we keep that intact. So thank you to the legislators for doing what needed to be done to maintain our First in the Nation caucus. A lot of thank yous, but I also just want to extend a huge thank you to each and every one of you that are here tonight. I want to say thank you for your engagement. Thank you for caring about not only this state, but about this country, for standing firm, for pushing back against what we're seeing come out of the Biden administration. And it truly, truly matters. And it's one of the reasons that Iowa was one of the few states that actually saw a red wave. Supermajority in the Senate, near supermajority in the House, an all-Republican delegation we sent to D.C. for the first time in 50 years. And they are doing phenomenal work out there. We flipped 2 statewide offices. There were only 3 in the entire country that got flipped. And we had 2 of them right here in the state of Iowa. And it is a testament to each and every one of you and the engagement that we see on a daily basis. And guess what? What happens when we elect Republicans? Well, we get things done. We tell you what we're going to do, and then, by gosh, we actually do it. When I said parents matter, it was not just a political campaign slogan. It was a promise. And working with the legislature, I am proud to say that we delivered. In the first 2 weeks, this is unheard of, in the first 2 weeks of the legislative session, we passed one of the boldest universal school choice programs in the country, setting educational freedom momentum across the nation. We did a really radical thing. We put into statute that parents will be the primary decision maker for their children when it comes to education. Radical, radical. No co-parenting in the state of Iowa. I've yet to have a parent come up to me and said, I'd like the government to share in my responsibility in raising my children. So we didn't. We protected kids from indoctrination and just really have focused on empowering parents when it comes to their kids. What I'm proud to say is in Iowa, we've balanced the budget. We're growing the economy. We have a strong fiscal health. We are cutting taxes, and I'm here to tell you we're not done. We're coming back next year, and we're going to continue to bring them down. We are empowering parents, we're protecting life, and we are keeping our communities safe. And thanking the men and women in law enforcement who stand on the line every single day to keep us and our communities safe. One last thing I'll talk about, and then I want to just highlight one of the things that we got done that I'm also really, really proud of. A lot of elected officials talk about reducing the size of government. Well, we didn't just talk about it. Last session, working with the legislature, we cut 21 agencies from my cabinet. We went from 37 down to 16. We're already seeing the efficiencies, and it's projected to save Iowa taxpayers about $215 million over the next 4 years, and I can tell you without hesitation, that is conservative. So every day, I think here in Iowa, what we're doing is we're showcasing the alternatives to the chaos and crisis and overreach and just insanity that we see coming from the Biden administration. Iowans, Americans are sick and tired of the incompetency, of the elitists lecturing us while they're stripping away our freedoms at will, the disconnect from reality. You know, we're living in crazy times, and our country is in decline under this administration. But we are a resilient nation. We are a resilient people. We just have to make sure that we put a Republican in the White House in 2024, because we cannot stand another 4 years of the Biden administration. So I'm going to come back to you. It all starts with us, the First in the Nation caucus on January 15th. So I want you to take this engagement. I want you to take this energy. I want you to lean in even further, and let's show the country why it is that Iowa leads off this process. So keep showing up, stay engaged. I want to set a record, Jeff. I want to break every other caucus record that we have ever had. I want to blow it out of the water. And with each and every one of you that are here tonight, bringing more people into the process, we will get it done. We will elect a Republican in 2024. God bless you. Thanks for giving me the honor of serving as your governor. I love this state. I love Iowans, and I could not be prouder to be your governor. God bless you.